Oilersnation Radio checking in from the JPL. We are in Jasper for the Pond Hockey Tournament. Only Bag Milk, Liam, and Tyler today.
Yep.
We got some spectators. RJ.
Yep.
Big boss Amy's in the room. Mm-hmm. Can't say anything inappropriate, fellas.
Never do anyways.
Wouldn't. Patty Puffs are on the board here. Liam had a visitor in his room this morning.
So my room has 3 doors, which is pretty sick.
Why? And why is that sick?
Have you left the room using all 3 yet?
Yeah, I've gone through all 3. And so is my visitor this morning. So I heard rumblings at the front door, and the housemaid had already come. And I was like, no, thank you. So I thought they were coming back. Well, the rumbling disappeared from the front door. And then all of a sudden, it's my fiance and I in this room. We turn, and this lady just comes in the other door, which is straight into the bedroom. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then she left. Turns out she was in 129.
And you're in 127.
127, not to dox myself. Yeah, 127. But crazy.
At least you weren't in any kind of compromising positions, you know?
Well, my fiance just woke up. So imagine not wake up. Now, what an alarm that would be.
A little jump scare.
It was spooky. So now I'm wondering how these keys are working. Just for
just pick a room.
You pick a room. You go in. You see what happens.
Well, now I open up my front door. 3 white-tailed deer. Right there.
Lovely.
Wow, you got the species down on that.
And a big hit. Well, it's pretty easy to tell if they're white-tailed.
To some.
To all.
I don't know that to be true. We should get the animals of Jasper and do a quiz.
Ooh.
With some of the nation attendees here.
A quiz?
Yeah.
Can you correctly identify
Can you correctly identify a white-tailed deer?
Honestly, if you couldn't, I'd be quite alarmed.
Do you not think there are people here that could not identify a white-tailed deer?
90-second video went up on our Instagram of Waz trying to figure out the Nespresso machine.
Coffee went in the wrong spot if you haven't seen the video. Or the water did.
2 employees make that same mistake in the span of hours.
So last night we were playing the pool game, as Tyler calls it.
It doesn't have a proper name.
And basically you hit the white ball, you use the white ball to hit the black ball and get the black ball in the pocket. But you can only go certain parts of the table.
There's
whatever.
rules.
So it's an elimination game, so it's 1 by 1.
Mm-hmm.
and was at this point hadn't won anything, but he kept kind of getting to the end. Mm-hmm. But when everyone was in the final again, like this is his chance, and immediately sunk the white ball.
Yeah, he self-eliminated.
That was my highlight of the weekend.
I have a massive bruise on my leg from that game.
I'm surprised Hammer doesn't do. You literally knocked her to the ground.
You did, yeah. You bulldozed your wife to get that ball.
But she gets it.
She's a competitor.
Yeah.
Lots to talk about, fellas.
Can we not talk about the game last night?
Well, we'll see.
Pat, while you stood there, can you do timestamps? Thanks.
A little live producing.
There you go. Thanks, Pat.
I just kind of realized
I think he was just about to get up and leave, but...
No, all good.
No, he would never do that. Pat's committed. Of course, we got to start off the podcast with a shout out to our friends at Oodle Noodle. You can add on 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 wontons to your order for just $2 with the purchase of any signature or premium box offer available in store or at oodlenoodle.ca for takeout only. Delicious debate, fellas. I want to throw this at you. Are the Oilers kind of blowing their homestand? 2 wins in January.
Kinda.
5 losses at home.
2 wins, is that their home record? 2-5
through January, yeah.
Or 2-4-1 or whatever.
For a team that, if you go back, whatever it is, 3 seasons, have the top 5 points percentage on home ice. This was supposed to be we were all looking to this stretch of hockey games as, all right, that's where the Oilers will make up the ground that they lost with another poor start, right? October was a mess. November was a mess. A good chunk of December was a mess, but it was like, all right, they play whatever it is, 6 straight, 7 straight home games at the end of January. That's when they'll kind of start climbing up the standings. So to see them drop the ball like this, especially considering your last 2 opponents, New Jersey and Pittsburgh, were both coming in on the second night of back-to-backs. They both played the night before in Calgary and won the night before in Calgary. And Edmonton it's not even like they're getting outplayed. They're just shooting themselves in the foot. So it's very frustrating. They've blown this homestand already. Unless they're going to rattle off 4 in a row, which shit, they can't even win 3 in a row. How should we expect them to rattle off 4 straight to end this? It's blown.
What do you think?
I agree. I don't think there's much more to add, to be honest. I think they've played poorly in all but 2 of the games, obviously. And when they beat Nashville and St. Louis, they beat them in convincing fashion. The New York Islanders game, sorry, I'll give them somewhat of a pass on that game because Sorokin, that might be his best game of his career, to be honest. I'll right up there.
Yeah.
So that's something in itself. They've weirdly been good on the road. Like they're undefeated on the road in January, actually. Maybe they should start switching because the narrative at the start of the year is that they
Points in
couldn't
every
win
game
on the road.
They
Oh, sorry, I thought I said 4-3 win.
Yeah.
Either way, that's still good. So yeah, it's been a disaster. Well, you have 2 big divisional games too in Anaheim and San Jose coming up that you need to win.
It's hard not to think they're blowing it right now.
Are you getting worried that they're not beating good teams often enough?
I'm getting worried that they're playing very inconsistent most of the time.
Yeah.
And it just like, it doesn't matter if it's a good team or a bad team. Like last night, as an example, would you consider Pittsburgh a good team or a bad team?
Good team. Second in their division.
Good team. I guess great. Yeah. Like
good, not great.
Contender, I guess, is kind of what I'm asking. Like they beat Vegas, I guess, but that was without Eichel too.
I just think like they're playing poorly against good teams. They're playing poorly against bad teams. I know the weekend they got the 2 shutouts, but they're so inconsistent that it's kind of alarming.
And I know like, so a lot has obviously been made about the whole, they haven't won 3 games in a row and all of that. And I think largely, if you win 2 out of every 3 all year, you're going to be one of the better teams in the NHL. So like, is it a major problem? No. But Gregor said this and it kind of got me thinking like, does it not say something that they can't find a high enough level of play to win 3 in a row? Like their game really lacks that much consistency that they, especially with the goaltending they've been getting, to not win one of these games and rattle off a 3-game winning streak. Like, yeah, maybe the fact that this team just can't really seem to stay dialed in long enough to go on a winning streak, that is pretty concerning.
It's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, they had 2 opponents at home on the second half of back-to-back and against New Jersey completely mailed in the first 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Played hard the last 20. Jake Allen did what he did.
Yep.
He shouldn't have got to that point in the first place.
Should have been up 3-1 in that game.
And then last night it was over before it started.
Yeah. They made an interesting little push there, but again, you can't just sit there and point to 10 minutes of good hockey where maybe you don't get a few bounces, maybe the other team's goalie makes a few saves. And this is true for New Jersey. You can't just point to those 10 minutes and be like, is there a train going through here?
I believe there is a train going through.
You can't just point to those 10 minutes and be like, well, they deserved better. Like, no, it's a 60-minute hockey game. Yeah. You can't just play well for 10 minutes and be like, well, probably deserved a result. Like, that's just not how it works.
Well, and the other thing too is like last night, Jake Wallman scored a shorty to make it 3-1. And then you kind of look like, okay, maybe that's the goal they needed. They beat Shelovs, got on the board. Maybe this is where it turns. And then they look good. Pittsburgh gets the 4th and they kind of folded the hand.
Yeah. Well, Malkin scored very soon after too, right?
And that was another thing that was wild about last night. I don't know that I've seen Connor fumble the puck like that in a game that many times ever.
He's been kind of fighting it a little bit the last 2 games, which again, in a vacuum, you don't love to see, considering he's coming off a 6-week heater. That might be the best hockey he's played in his career. Maybe everyone's going to cut McDavid a little bit of slack, but
of course,
it is a part of the story as to why they've lost the last 2 games is that McDavid's gone cold and hasn't been dominating.
And people commented on the live show today too, being like, they can't just rely on McDavid to win them hockey games. And it's fair, but last night it was, what was it, Bouchard and Wallman and Savoy that got the goals.
Yeah.
They're not guys who are showing up every night scoring. No. Like they got secondary scoring, and then the big guys were on the ice for multiple goals against, and they played poorly. The only one that really gets a let off from last night is Draisaitl. They got back from Germany in the same day.
Yeah. Like, 4 hours before puck drop.
We're going to keep going on through, unfortunately, what happened last night. Looking ahead, I've got to give you a shout out to the Nation Vacation to Las Vegas in late March from the 24th to the 27th. We are heading down to Vegas for the Nation Vacation. Bunch of different options for you to get there now. If you go to nationgear.ca, there's the flight package, there's the non-flight package, and then there's also a ticket package going up if you are just going to be in Vegas and you want to join us down there. And then Tyler, the other thing that came, this is not part of the trip that happened yesterday. They're doing a 1-for-1 up to $500.
Yeah.
Canadian to USD match.
So basically their CEO put out a video. He grew up in Northern Michigan, so he has a connection to Canada. And he said, like, I hate that Canadians can't afford to come down here right now. So at the hotel we're staying at and Circa's other properties in Vegas for the next while, they are honoring the Canadian dollar basically. So if you want to, the first $500 that you want to gamble with on the slot machines, if you give them $500 Canadian, they will give you a $500 USD credit. And at all the bars and restaurants in the hotel, when you go to pay, if you show your Canadian ID, they'll give you a discount so that the dollar lines up and you basically, your bill gets converted to Canadian dollars, which is pretty sweet that they're doing that. And again, another reason why you book with us, come on the Nation vacation, your tickets paid for the game, food and booze at the game included, flights, hotel, all that stuff. This is now just like another piece of the value of staying in this hotel with us is going to pay off so much. If you were thinking of doing a vacation, like it's actually a very economical way to do it.
You're saving 30% off the top.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that just came out yesterday. That's a nice surprise for us. Our group chat lit up yesterday, Tyler, when this came out.
I know. And we're already scheming up how to do the best win ticket bet with it.
So join us, nationgear.ca. Like I said, we're at the JPL. We had a group in our cabin last night watching the Oilers game. Stu started the night before in Calgary, did not start last night, which I thought was a little bit odd, but whatever. How much of what happened last night do you hang on Tristan Jarry?
Not
3 goals on the first 3 shots. He allowed 3 goals in 37 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, not nothing.
Not nothing for sure. You did give him a thumbs down, though. I did see the review today.
I mean, you allow 6 goals.
How could you not?
How could you not? I think my credibility, as low as it may be already, would sink much lower if I gave him anything but that. So I think you look at those 3 goals, the Crosby goal, I think you can just eliminate from it. Like, that was just a good goal. I actually would have liked a bit more from the first goal against. I know it's a backdoor cross crease, whatever. I feel like we've seen him get across a bit quicker than that. That felt a bit slower and like almost obvious where they were going to try and get the puck too. So I would have liked to have seen a bit more then. The other one's a breakaway, whatever. Then
but
the rest
in a
of
vacuum, none of them are a problem. But when you look at them as a whole, you need one big save there to keep the game on the rails.
So whenever I'm not a save percentage guy, but like a 727 isn't great.
Is that not?
No.
Oh.
No. Only in beer league.
Yeah, pretty good. Not bad.
Even then, it'd be bordering on critical. But you're right. In beer league, if a goalie's giving you 750,
you're probably winning a few games.
Yeah, you'll win.
Tyler, what do you think? Like outside of like the reality is those 3 goals, bang, bang, bang. Horrible defending in front of them. Definitely need a save on at least one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Also curious that Nobby didn't. It was very close on Mantha that he didn't shoot for the offside. I also wondered if even if they challenged and they didn't get it and they took the penalty, does that affect the outcome at all? Yeah. I don't know. That's obviously a game for the land of hypotheticals, but it is an interesting little plot point.
It was because, again, hindsight, you're like, maybe you should have just challenged it, gone to the PK, whatever. But in the moment, you don't want to go down 2-0. You don't want to give the other team a power play, all of that kind of stuff. I just think it's really disappointing that, again, back-to-back games where the Oilers have a team coming in, playing the night before in Calgary. They're both coming off a win in Calgary. This team's inability to like smell blood in the water and be like, all right, we have a weak opponent here that we can just absolutely dominate. They just don't seem to recognize that.
And I also like it's interesting, right? Because you've got, I'm cruising Twitter last night and I'm reading about what people think of the game. And you guys are enjoying a joke over there without me. I don't like it.
Pat just texted and said these mics are very sensitive to our breathing. So he told us to quit breathing into the mic so hard.
Oh, no.
I just had a buffalo mozzarella sandwich. This is not good.
Rick's not even here. We can't even blame him.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This one's on me.
Anyways, continue.
I tried to cut a clip yesterday from when we had Carter Houghton on the show, and it just sounded like Darth Vader had showed up to the program. It's awful.
All right, we will try our best.
Give me a heads up. Again,
Pat's producing over here. He's got the cans on, as they say.
The can.
Anyway, what do you do with it? You just write it off. Nothing to take away from it. The only positive that I took away, and I wrote about it at Oilersnation.com, is I always try to put at least one positive, even when they get shit stomped. Just seeing Leon back on the ice. He didn't do anything, but he was there.
He gets big ups from me for, again, flying back, landing 4 hours before the game. Probably a pretty tough week for him. 100%. I would imagine whatever he's going through wasn't fun. And
jet
it was
lag,
pretty,
the whole thing.
Yeah. pretty emotionally taxing week. But for him to be like, you know what, I'm going to play and try help this team, bounce back off a loss. I think he deserves to be applauded for that.
Also, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, like you kind of forgive him for whatever performance he gave the Oilers yesterday.
100%. Like last night I drove 4 hours to Jasper to get here to the JPL, and I didn't want to do anything. I was tired. I can only imagine what Leon must have been flying back from Germany and then having to go play an NHL game.
Yeah.
I was just happy to see him back. So good to have him back. Obviously, we wish him the best. Don't know what was going on in his personal life, but hopefully he's all right. The other weird thing, obviously, yesterday was seeing Stu Skinner back in Edmonton for the first time. It was a bummer, hey? Just a little bit, like seeing him check out the morning skate and the boys come over and say hi, and he was taking photos with fans, even like outside the rink, just doing his normal Skinner thing. Just take the game outside of it. Just a bummer. It didn't work the way we all wanted it to.
Yeah, and to even give some love to Brett Kulak, who his interview with Gene, when he says it was pretty emotional. I definitely miss this place. Like Stu Skinner, there was like the career side of it where like I think he got traded, and he even did that interview in Pittsburgh where I don't want to paraphrase him, but it was like along the lines of where he's like, I almost kind of forget what it was like before I was in Pittsburgh. Like you can tell he needed the fresh start really, really badly. Brett Kulak didn't need that fresh start. Brett Kulak was here to try win a cup with his hometown team. He was such a good Oiler, such a good guy in the community. And that one really, really stings.
Yeah, it's too bad. I'm glad they got the reception that they did. I think they both deserved that. And I think even today when we brought it up on the live show, like people were respectful of the fact of like there is a human side to all of this, as much as like you might have hated the players on the ice. Like they were pretty good.
What just happened?
That's on me. I just kicked my mic onto the ground.
Making things about Edmonton, and we're positive Oilers. I don't know what's happening.
Tyler's running away. Tyler has left the podcast. What do you see over there? What are you spying on?
Nothing. His texts are open with you. And you said, I'm just going to be a little bit behind for the podcast. And now he's running. I see him running.
He is running down the hallway.
Does he have to go to the bathroom that bad?
He's got the poops.
Damn.
Maybe he's got a funny belly.
It's fair to assume something with his bowels is going wrong.
Because, the mic fell.
Yeah, and that was...
We acknowledge the mic fell.
Tyler wouldn't do that.
Probably hurt Pat's ears a little bit.
Yeah, how did that sound, Pat?
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad, okay.
It hit me.
But he really took it hard.
He did. He got another text. Oh, no, that was someone else.
Yeah, because our key to the main cabins are not working right now.
We're everywhere.
We are everywhere. I guess it's just the Bag Milk and Liam show for the time being.
I thought he was letting someone in, but yeah, let's keep going.
All right. Yeah. So what were we even talking about? Oh yeah.
Skinner and Kulak.
I like that they did a video.
I did too.
I know some people don't like the tribute videos, but those two were important for years. Deserved a video.
I saw there's people online who say you should only get a video if you win a Stanley Cup in that
bullshit.
City. What I say to those people is, should Joe Thornton not have got a video tribute when he went back to San Jose? That's
crazy.
It's stupid. It's a stupid thing.
That's crazy.
Sure, they didn't do it for Connor Brown, and he didn't need one. But Kulak and Skinner, I think they were both here for 5 years.
Yeah, they were here for a good long while. Both super meaningful to the franchise. Both hometown guys as well. There's another angle on that. I think
that's the other angle to it too. So yeah, it was good. I mean, when you look at it, as much as like people probably discredit Skinner for a lot of stuff, like he's right up there for like in terms of like what he achieved in this organization with like some of the best goalers that have played for this team.
Are we going to acknowledge what happened?
Yeah. All good.
I mean, I just had to fucking piss so bad. And my throat was getting a little parched and I couldn't even look at my water because I was like, I gotta piss so bad. And I was like, we still have like 40 minutes left in the pod. I was like, I just got to rip this Band-Aid off.
We thought you were really affected by the mic drop.
No.
Okay.
The mic drop was a result of how bad I had to piss. I got up too fast.
Are you wearing Uggs that I noticed today?
I am wearing Uggs, yes.
Look how big
That's a new thing for you.
Yeah, I got them a couple weeks ago. I've been influenced by Jay, I guess you could say. But I can't recommend them enough.
They look like
I'm with you.
Yeah.
They look very comfortable, but they look like work boots.
I have big feet, so the clunkiness isn't flattering to me.
How come you didn't go with the OG standard style of UGG like Jay?
I don't know. I thought this just had a little bit more to it. Maybe looked a little dressier.
Your Uggs?
Yeah.
Those are my dressy Uggs.
Yeah.
Just Tyler, we were just talking about, what do you think of the tribute video, Stu and Kulak last night? I thought it was nice. Yep. I know a lot of people don't like tribute videos, but I thought those two were more than deserving of it.
Again, they went on 2 extended runs with the team. They were big parts of both those teams. Were both, Kulak had some really good moments in the playoffs. Stuart Skinner, back-to-back shutouts this lot. Yes, they both did more than enough here and were more than good enough Oilers and Edmontonians in their time here to get that kind of tribute. They deserve more than Connor Brown the other day just got the image on the screen and then he waved to the crowd. Stu and Kulak deserve more than that, and I'm happy they did that.
It's the same with Perry. They did the same thing with Perry.
Yeah.
And those guys deserve to be recognized for what they did here. They were part of 2 of the most successful runs in franchise history. They got what they deserved.
Yeah.
You could tell both Skinner and Kulak. You could tell it was emotional for them.
Totally.
You could see it on their face.
Like I said, even with Kulak in that intermission, I feel bad for Brett Kulak. He was kind of just collateral in all of this.
He was cap.
He should have negotiated a no trade clause because everyone else on the roster has one. And literally the reason he was the piece that had to go is because he was the only one without a no trade clause.
Yeah.
If they could have thrown Andrew Mangiapane into the deal, they would have done that. They couldn't. No trade clause.
Does he have a no trade?
Yes, they all do.
Everyone does.
God.
Janmark has one.
Well, you got to give that guy one.
He deserves that respect, but
you got to give him one.
Yeah.
Pierre LeBrun over at The Athletic talking about the Oilers making some trades. And I quote, most likely an Oilers trade will not come until after the Olympics. Mm-hmm. The internal debate is not surprising. Are the Oilers better off with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at center or on the wing? There are more wingers available on the market, so that may end up dictating the answer. And I'm curious what you guys think about that. Because to me, if it was my preference, a 3C is the target so that you can keep one of the best lines in hockey together.
I agree. I think Nuge is fine as a third line center, but I just don't want to get to the point where it's their new left winger didn't work. And then
Nuge works there.
Yeah. And we still don't have a third line center.
If I can play devil's advocate for it though, let's say you go and you focus more on the left wing side of things and it doesn't work. Do you feel like there's enough versatility everywhere else in the lineup where I don't even know who a name is that you'd throw up there. I'll just say Alex Tuck for the sake of simplicity. I don't think he's
McCann.
Sure. Jared McCann. You put Jared McCann up with McDavid and it's you know what? Shit, this isn't as good as the McDavid Hyman Nuge line. Let's put McCann down on the third line and Roslovic will center him with Savoy. Do you have enough versatility everywhere else where you feel maybe you could make that work? And that's why they think they should take a shot on a left winger? I think a guy like Boone Jenner works because he can do both. You can try him up with McDavid. You can put him on the third line as a center and he can do either job.
My ideal is having a forward group of 12 center. So that would be lovely.
Hey, it's the San Diego Padres have a roster that's 90% ex shortstops and they just move them around the diamond because they're if you can play shortstop, you can play anywhere. And it's kind of the same thing with center. It's if you can play center, you can flip to the wing pretty easily. But no, I think they value versatility, which is again why I think they would be high on a guy like a Boone Jenner. With Nuge, the 5-on-5 production isn't great with him. The 5-on-5 metrics aren't great. McDavid also isn't having a tremendous 5-on-5 season. This is very much a power play driven run that he's on this year. So I think looking to upgrade that isn't an unfair thing to do. And where I'll end it on maybe a positive, I think most fans and people who cover the team would be happy if it was a third line center or a top 6 left winger. And that allows Bowman to attack the market from 2 areas. He doesn't have to overpay because it's I really need a left winger and there's not that many out there. There are a lot of centers on the market right now. If he wants to go that route, I think it makes a ton of sense to do so. It might be cheaper, but again, he's not pigeonholed into having to do one thing. It's not like they are in need of a top 4 right shot defenseman and that's all he is shopping for. They can look at different types of players.
And I also wonder when a guy like a LeBrun puts out something are the Oilers better off going for a center or a wing? My tinfoil hat always goes to the point where is Bowman kind of floating this stuff out to reporters oh, the Oilers are looking for a center or a wing. And then you just get more calls. I don't know. That's just where my head always goes.
Yeah, I think that's probably smart, right? Get other GMs thinking that you're looking for multiple pieces. And we are a year removed from the Mikko Rantanen deal. No one saw that one coming. Like maybe if you're Stan Bowman, you're just kind of hoping someone calls you and says like, hey, I heard you're looking for a winger. I'm kind of open to trading this guy. And Bowman's like, oh shit, didn't even know he was available kind of thing.
Coincidentally, that trade happened while we were here last year.
Yep.
I'm going to bring this up again, and then people are not going to be happy to hear it. When we had Dave Pagnotta on today, he was talking about how the Oilers just don't have that like 24, 25-year-old player that like anyone would want to trade for.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it, if they just had Holloway still. Like what avenue? Like I truly believe they would have Mikko Rantanen right now if they had Dylan Holloway.
Because you think that piece would have been enough to swing that deal?
Yeah. You have the picks because you hadn't made the Wallman deal yet, I don't think. Either way, like you would have had something. You probably have him, and they had like a lot of interest in him.
Yeah.
But they don't have him. And now we don't have Rantanen.
It's the old saying, isn't it? And if I had wheels, I'd be a bicycle.
I was just thinking that too. How should I say?
Before we move along here, tomorrow, Caps on deck. So that's the Saturday. If you're out at the JPL with us, we're going to be having a viewing party tomorrow night. I want to get you guys to put your coaching caps on.
Okay.
We got a very low bar here to clear here, fellas, after the way the last two games went. On the most basic level, what is something the Oilers need to do tomorrow against the Capitals to ensure that the last two games don't repeat for a third time?
Dibs first. I will say you have to show up in the first period. You can't just like keep coasting through 40 minutes of hockey games and hoping that you can come back, because you've proven basically every single time this season that you cannot come back. I think they only have 3 come from behind wins this year. And one of them was that bit of a fluky win against the Columbus Blue Jackets when Wallman,
meant to do that.
Meant to do, yes. So I just think that they need to show up, and I think McDavid needs to lead the way. As much as people like always screams like they need the depth to show up, is like McDavid literally called himself out last night for not playing well the past 2 games.
Yep.
He needs to come out, set the standard immediately.
Coach Tyler, what do you got?
To your point, the Oilers this season, when the other team scores first, are 4-18-4. 4 wins and 22 losses. Crazy. When they trail after the first period, they're 2-11-2. When they trail after 40 minutes, they're 3-16-2. Not a good comeback team like they've been in years past. So you do need to get the offense going earlier on. I think that's a really good thing to say. I think simplifying their offensive attack is also a little important here. When they're struggling a little bit or facing a hot goalie or whatever, it feels like they get it in their heads that they need the perfect opportunity to score, when in reality, you can probably just try to make a little bit of your own luck, throw pucks on net, get bodies in front. Like when they struggle, I'd like to see them go to a more simple offensive approach versus what they do now. Like they had a 4-on-1 yesterday that they didn't get a shot. Didn't get a shot on net. That can't happen, but it's an offense that was clearly frustrated and was overthinking things. Maybe this is more of a comment on Knobloch. I want their offensive approach to just be simplified a little bit. Get these guys throwing pucks on net, going to the blue paint, and again, getting your own breaks.
I just think like last night there was very little puck support in any of the zones. Mm-hmm. They were trying to work plays through that weren't there. They were trying to make passes where there was clear sticks in the lane. And now I get it. It's all easier to watch on TV than it is on the ice. Keep it simple, to Tyler's point. Support the puck. Don't do the flying the zone breakout. Drives me nuts. Respect the blue lines. Keep it simple.
Well, I think it wasn't would have been the second goal. It might have been Draisaitl or Roslovic, one of the two. They just tried to force. They were like coming down the boards, tried to force it into the middle, and it just hits a couple of sticks and goes the other way.
Yeah,
like Ekholm's like coming up the ice, and he doesn't even have time to react to the man for going. And it's just like, why are you even forcing that play? Just hold on to it, get down to the dot, and then make a play from there. Like you're just making plays almost too early coming into the zone unnecessarily.
Yeah. Anything else, coaches?
Show up.
That's the easiest one.
Out.
Interesting. Yes, they should show up.
Yeah.
Maybe tell the boys the game starts an hour earlier than it does.
Yeah, Leon will cut him some slack. Jet lag, he might have actually not known what time the game started.
True.
Everyone else, no excuses.
Yeah, Leon might not even know what time it was.
Yeah.
I wonder what time he slept till today.
Maybe he's a good plane sleeper though.
I mean, I would imagine he's got a pretty good seat.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't think he's in a Cono in the middle seat?
At least exit row. At least
You got to be an exit row at least. You spend those extra shekels to upgrade to exit row every time. You got to do it.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
Fellas, I want to talk a little betting.
All right.
So I got the early lines for tomorrow's game, as I always do. But we also got a little NFL football to chat about. I want to give a shout out to our friends, of course, at Bet365. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. Use the code NATION at Bet365. Must be 19 years old or older. Please play responsibly. Now, listeners, if you're listening to me today, Friday, or tomorrow, these lines will move because I got them early. The game's not till tomorrow, but I want to ask the boys what they think. Opening money line, fellas. Oilers favored at -150, where the Caps are +150. Thoughts?
I mean, the Oilers are always heavily favored by the books, right? Canadian team, popular team. That's going to happen. So there usually isn't a ton of value on them on the money line. And Washington, I know this season hasn't gone exactly according to plan for them, but this is still a Capitals team that 54 points on the year, 24, 21, and 6. They have lost 4 in a row. I don't know. I don't love money lines straight up. I think you need to get a bit more creative in this one when all the bets are available.
Puck line, looking at puck line, if you think the Oilers are going to win by 2 or more, it's not even that juicy, Tyler. It's +125.
Considering how bad they've been starting games, you can probably wait on that.
And the Caps to cover that are -150.
Yeah.
Over under set at 6.5. Over is -105. Under is -115.
All right.
Again, those lines are probably going to change between now and tomorrow. If you like anything I just said, get in on it quickly before those move a little bit. Looking at some football, we got a couple of games this weekend. Curious on your take. Patriots at Broncos. Money line. Pats heavily favored at -240. Broncos +195. The spread is 4.5, and your total is 42.5. Obviously, no Bo Nix.
Jared, stud him. I think Patriots money line and under 42 at +175 is the play.
I think that the spread is probably a good play too.
Pats spread in the under for +290.
Together or either.
Yeah. I just don't think Jared Stidham's going to be able to help them put up enough offense.
No.
That Denver offense put up a lot of points against Buffalo because Buffalo shot themselves in the foot.
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, we got to back up. Like, the guys love him. He's so getting practice. Sean Payton's re-signed him. They got him before they got Bo Nix. Okay, you're in the AFC Championship game against a pretty good defense in New England. Good luck. I'd put everything I have on the Patriots.
That other game is going to be an awesome one.
Rams at Seahawks. Money line. Seahawks are favored at -140 as we're talking today. Rams at +120. Spread's 2.5, and your total is 46.5. I was on the Bills bandwagon with Tyler.
Yeah.
Given that, I just got to cheer for my former friend, Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I like seeing him have some success. I like seeing him secure the bag. A lot of people, with the way his contract was sorted, they basically had 1 year and 2 years out in case it didn't work out. Working out fine for Seattle. So I'll cheer for Sam Darnold. Yeah,
Seattle's definitely the better team. Outdoor game too. That's not great for Matt Stafford. So yeah, I have no problem going Seahawks. 2.5 is a pretty good line too. I don't mind that.
Liam, thoughts on the Seahawks and the Rams?
I think it'll be a good game, actually. Pretty tight. What was the line again? Sorry, 2.5.
2.5, and the over-under's 46.5.
I'll go Rams +2.5.
Ooh, really think they'll keep it tight?
Yeah.
Wow. It'd be nice to have a good game to wrap up the weekend.
It'd be awesome to have a great game. Be interesting to see how it goes. NFL playoffs, always a good time. Whatever your bet is, though, it's never ordinary at Bet365, of course. Download the app and get it on the game. Use the code NATION at Bet365. Must be 19 years old or older. Please play responsibly. Fellas, I will let you know. Ask the idiots questions for today. Not overly flowery. A couple of tough losses in a row for the Oilers.
Perfect.
Audience isn't exactly feeling super positive.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
But the good news is we lead off Ask the Idiots by giving a shout out to our friends at Swiss Donaire. If you don't feel good about the team, you can always feel good about going to Swiss Donaire. Swiss Donaire is home for the old school Donaire with options if you want some flair. Open for 25 years, 7 days a week. Proud of the North Side. Swiss Donaire is great for your events at home or the office. Check out their location at 8308 144th Ave Northwest or order online at Swiss Donaire. If you've never heard our show before, People submit these questions to me and I ask the boys for their first take. They don't get a chance to look at them beforehand. So this is right off the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Liam, I'll start with you first. Christian wants to know, do we have a coaching problem?
No.
We're past the midway point of the season and the Oilers are still looking sloppy.
No. End of discussion. Never submit that question again, Christian.
Why? So as the years, I'm with you. I'm never a fire the coach guy. Very. I know. I wouldn't do it, but we are sitting here at game 52 and they have lost more games than they've won.
But the players are literally saying to themselves, like, we are not playing better, good enough as individuals. Yeah. It's on the players. I always like the coaching can only take you so far, I think. And I think based on like night to night, how do the coach isn't telling them to go out there and play sluggish, like or force pucks into like sticks for no reason. Like it's on these guys. They're not playing good enough. They literally have a player who started the lineup. When did you finally start the game on the second line yesterday?
Yeah.
Who literally asked to be out. He doesn't want to be here. Mm-hmm. And they asked him to play a game for them because they have to currently. But yeah, no, I don't think it's a coach. And I think the players are playing like crap.
Knobloch's going to get this whole season. I don't see a world where they fire him before this year. But I would again, I don't think it's not a coaching problem, but I would like to see some more adjustments here. You know, in hindsight, starting Jarry last night didn't make a ton of sense. You probably should have kept your rotation going with Ingram, especially considering how well Ingram's played. The offensive attack being as, stagnant as it has looked at times. That's at some point on the coaching staff, I think, and the messaging. So yeah, I think it's not a coaching problem, but I'm definitely keeping more of an eye on Knobloch than I was 4 to 6 weeks ago. I
think there's things that he does that are annoying.
Yeah.
But I think that applies to every coach you could ever cheer for in any sport ever.
There's Avalanche fans who are probably pissed off with something Jared Bednar is doing and they've lost like twice all year. So
I don't think he is the problem, though. I would like to see some adjustments.
Yeah, I agree.
I would like to see him rewarding the kids with a little bit more time. Though I get it's difficult when you got Connor and Leon on the roster. I get that. But he's not going anywhere, at least not this year. And maybe that won't be the case forever. It is always the coach that gets axed first if things go sideways. But
He's not Bowman's guy, which is another thing too, right? Every GM usually.
Bowman did extend him.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Yeah.
Though no. He didn't tell anybody to give up breakaways last night. I would bet the farm on it.
No, he probably said less breakaways at some point.
Yeah.
In fact, he probably asked for less.
Look at these. What would it be? Last 4 home games. The New York one, Sorokin was awesome.
It is what it is.
It feels like no team was going to beat them that night because of him. They lost the game 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
They lose a game 2-1 because their offense just didn't show up. And also you played with 10 forwards for pretty much 2 periods. And then last night they were bad. And then they beat the shit out of St. Louis.
Yeah.
They're just literally coming off a weekend where they scored 11 goals and allowed 0. And not even a week later, the sky is falling.
But I wouldn't say the sky's falling. It's just very frustrating that they can't string together that success for more than 2 games.
And that's fine. But for Christian, not to bully Christian on this, but you're asking if there's a coaching problem.
Yeah, there's not.
There's not.
Yeah, you're right.
They just won back-to-back games on the road.
Question number 2, Tyler. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that this roster is good enough as is?
Oh, to win the Stanley Cup?
This one comes from Gerald.
To win the Stanley Cup, I'll say 3.5 out of 10 confident. They need to add another impact forward here. I wouldn't mind seeing a veteran defenseman, even if it's in the 6th, 7th spot, something there. But yeah, they need to add. They definitely need to add. And even then, if they were to add a really good left winger or a really good third line center, I'll still say that there are some flaws. It's not a perfect roster, but right now I'm at a 3.5. They can get me up to a 7 if they make the right moves at the deadline. But again, this team in all likelihood will go as far as Connor and Leon take them in the playoffs.
Liam, what do you think? What's your number?
Probably this roster, which I will include the coaching staff on. I think a 5. I think I'm kind of 50-50 right now because I think I said this whole year, but I don't really care what the roster looks like today. What does the roster look like when the trade deadline passes? So if Bowman sits on his hands, which I don't think he will, then I'll lower that number. But I think right now it's I'm a 5. I think they can win it, but I think they need more.
I thought 5 felt right. They're going to make moves. Yeah. So this is not the complete roster. I'm not stressing about it. I think Stan Bowman will go out and do his thing. But yeah, 5, right in the middle. If they catch fire at the right time, this team can make noise.
Yeah.
If they play like they did last night, ain't shit happening. Our Lord and Savior couldn't save them from games like last night.
Do you know the Oilers have the same record of the Colorado Avalanche in the last 10 games?
What is it? What's their record?
5-3-2. Both teams are 5-3-2. Minnesota 4-4-2. Dallas 3-5-2.
And if you pick up, so that's in their last 10?
That's their last 10.
They're 5-3-2. So that's 10, 12 points in 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, again, no reason to panic right now. If they lose the next 2, then then there's a reason to, be concerned. But
last question, ask the idiots for this week. Again, slide on into my DMs if you want me to ask the boys a question next Friday. This one comes in just about last night's game from Double Aaron. Not our boy Aaron.
Not Aaron.
Different Aaron. Did last night feel like bad bounces, bad execution, bad effort, or all of the above?
I will say, sure.
Oh, I'll say both, like New Jersey and Pittsburgh both just felt like all of those things in one.
Yeah, I was going to say easy, all of the above.
Like, again, you don't lose games like that against teams coming in on the second of back-to-back without, and if your team is good as the Oilers, you don't lose games like that without a whole bunch of shit not going your way. Like, did they play bad against New Jersey? Yup. If they get a bounce in the third, did they win that game? Probably. Against Pittsburgh, if they get a save early, is it a different game? Yup. If they don't give up the fourth goal, is it a different game? Yup. But again, you can't bitch about not getting the bounces when for 45 of the 60 minutes you play like shit.
100%. Mm-hmm. Not an ad. All of it, all the above. They were trash here today.
No notes.
Simple.
No notes. I'll go with execution just because I think they were poor. And I think they were trying to make plays and put in the effort, I guess. But it was bad either way. But just missing assignments, making life difficult on yourselves. I would say execution was bad yesterday.
There you have it. Ask the idiots for another week. Again, slide on into my DMs. Fellas, we're going to wrap up the podcast with hot, cold performance and some score predictions. I want to give a shout out to, what do I got on my sheet here? Nothing. NationGear.ca. Go check out NationGear.ca. Get some threads. Get a trip on. That's where we sell tickets to the events that are local in any market we are in. NationGear.ca. Go check it out. Hot and cold performers as we do every week. Do we have buttons on this bar? Or probably not.
Yeah.
Do we?
We don't have any. There's just the preset ones. So whatever Road gave us.
All right. Let me see here. Let me see what we got. Ooh. If I push this, do I sound like a small robot? Yeah. Okay, sweet. Cold performer of the week. Liam Horban. Started off with our veggies.
So yesterday when I was driving in, I was listening to the game on the radio and they announced that Pittsburgh had scored and that they were going to challenge the goal. Then my signal cut out and I came back and it was 3-0 Pittsburgh. So that is my cold performer of the week.
That is no fun.
How'd that sound, Pat? Great. Good? Yeah. All right. Tyler, cold performer of the week.
My Buffalo Bills, who lost last week, that was upsetting. I'm very sad about that. And then they just casually made it into a whole disaster with their press conferences and Terry Pagula saying what he did. So yeah, the Buffalo Bills, cold performer of the week.
Oh no, not the Bills.
Yeah,
good, Pat.
These buttons are way better.
Yeah.
Cold performer of the week for me is, you know what? We had a room full of people last night to watch the Oilers game. We did a good squad bet. I love a squad bet. And to be let down 3 minutes into the game, looking at my parlay and go, that's no good. Probably not going to hit that. That's my cold performer of the week.
You're poor, bag milk. You have no money.
Pat likes that one too. All right. Reverse the order. Tyler, you're up. Hot performer of the week.
I'll just say everyone who's down here in Jasper. The drive down was great. I made it in great time. But no comment. But last night, everyone in the cabin having a good time, sharing some drinks, sharing some laughs, even though the Oilers sucked. This is just my favorite weekend of the year. And again, if people have never done this pond hockey tournament, bring your friends. You will not regret it. The JPL is awesome. The scenery is awesome. So I can't wait for things to really get kicked into another gear tonight when we hit the ice and play. But yeah, just this weekend, my hot performer of the week.
We love fun.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Hot performer of the week.
My hot performer of the week, I got to give it to Waz. just kicking off the week, just claiming he was rear-ended, but clearly just backed into his neighbor's car. And then last night, playing that pool game and just being so bad. And it was just funny. And then this morning with the espresso, like, well, I just couldn't imagine him being anything but what he is.
The colors are brighter in Love's world.
I'm just going to echo Tyler. We got RJ from Flames Nation sitting in on the podcast, helping out with some stuff today. And it's this weekend's great because we all get together and hang out and we get some work done and we make a bunch of content. But at the end of the day, we just get to hang out and chill and see people that we probably don't get to see as often as we should. And I like that.
We also love friends. Oh, hockey friends.
Tyler, how are we doing our score predictions?
Well, we all thought the Oilers would win both games, so I got it right.
They didn't.
Nope, they didn't. Do we have one or two to pick?
So we got the Caps tomorrow.
Did they play on Monday?
No.
Nothing for Monday?
They play Tuesday in Anaheim.
Okay, so we just have one game to predict, which is lucky for Dan and Rick and Reese. They're not here.
I really need to make up some ground. This is my opportunity with them not being able to vote.
I'll say Edmonton beats the Capitals by a score of 3-1.
Liam, what you got?
I will go with either no win in overtime, 5-4.
I'm going to go 4-3 reg.
Can I get, so I have a question. If I guess the person who gets a game-winning goal, what does that do?
Nothing. We can't add more.
We can't be adjusting the rules midway through the season.
Yeah, we're
Why
game
not?
50.
The NHL does.
Well, fine. But we have principles.
Yeah, we do.
I think Wallman will get the game-winning goal.
Jake Wallman, OT winner.
Mm-hmm.
Bet it tomorrow if it goes to overtime. Jake Wallman, next goal.
Sure.
All right.
There you have it. We are going to go. Well, I might hit the hot tub.
Amber's sitting outside with my trunks.
We're going to go do a little tubbing. Then we're going to go play a little hockey.
Nice.
And you can check out the GDB to me for tomorrow. It'll be up probably around noonish. Post game from me also up at Oilersnation.com from last night. I will say, I haven't written a post game, edited it, completed it, and scheduled it before a game has ended in 10 years at this point, I think. Last night, that thing was slotted in the 7 a.m. slot this morning at Oilersnation.com. Beginning of the third, I was done.
Like even the Colorado game when they got blown out, there was still so much to say before the game ended.
I was waiting for the jersey toss in that one. We never got one.
Exactly. That's what I mean. The story was left untold.
Last night was just like, oh, yep, this one's done.
Yeah, we're good. Could have done it 4 minutes in.
Arguably, I could have.
Yeah.
But we did live bet the comeback, didn't we, Tyler?
And
I thought about it. I said,
hard miss.
I was like, should we live bet this? The answer was no.
Good call. Good call.
Well, smarter than us. That's all for today. We will be back on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.